Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Marine Military Academy graduating class of 2022. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing for posting of the colors, national anthem, and invocation. Color guard, post the colors.
Reason, arms.
Let us pray. Lord, this graduation marks the end of one journey and the commitment to another. Bless our graduating class of 2022 and our cohort cadets' future endeavors. Walk with them wherever their lives take them and give them strength, your compassion, your wisdom, and your love. May we all gather here today to be committed to the continuing mentoring of these young men. We ask for your blessing on each of the families, faculty, and staff who support and encourage them along their journey. Shower your blessings onto us as we honor those who graduating students who through their diligence and commitment have reached this point in time. We know that all good comes from you. You are generous, gifted, and you are overwhelming sign of love. May we learn to be as generous as you are, dear God. Inspire us to pray, to live dedicated to the service of peace and holy justice, now and forever. In God's name we pray, amen. Please be seated.
Welcome, distinguished guests, family, friends, teachers, and staff that helped the class of 2022 to get where you are today. It is with immense pride and humility that I stand before you as the president of this incredible school, welcoming everyone to this solemn and heartwarming event. Whether you've been attending MMA for 1 year or 5 years, we embarked on this journey together, committed. Parents for the first time leaving their son alone with a group of individuals that promised them that this day would come. It came. The years, the months, the weeks, the days have passed. And now here we are, ready to graduate your son. To our great parents, I appreciate you immensely for supporting us in accountable ways. As the parents of future graduates, you fiercely worked to make this achievement a feat, accomplished not only by yourselves alone, but as a family. Among the many duties, you supported the MMA educators so they could assist intellectually developing your son into the young man that he is today. You are a safeguard to your young man and at times a shield for the DI, who gave their all to develop your son's character and hold them accountable. You supported the coaches and their coaching styles. You gave us space to acknowledge how to work things out for the success of your son. There are millions of ways you have supported your son during this incredible journey. And I thank you all for your Herculean support and your commitment to MMA, to the companies, and to your son. To the class of 2022, you remind me of a horse that just recently won the Kentucky Derby. A horse that just happened to find an opening to compete in the race the day before when another horse fell out. The competition is a race for 3-year-old thoroughbreds to run at a distance of 1.25 miles. Horses that normally compete in this race cost millions of dollars. The horse that won cost $30,000. At the end of the race, an unknown horse who started the race from back of the pack, weaving in and out through 15 other horses. From the final turn, before taking the rail down to the final stretch and flying past Epicenter, a horse, a 4-to-1 favorite. The horse that won the race, an 80-to-1 odds, the biggest long shot in the history, the biggest long shot in a century, won the Kentucky Derby. That horse is now known universally as Rich Strike. Why does this class remind me of a horse? You all are champions. Some of you just did not know that when you first arrived here. You men may not have had the power to figure out exactly what you were going to do. You didn't know exactly how to get out of the blocks. But when I look at you as a group intellectually, when I look at you as a group with your feet of sports and athletics, when I look at you collectively as a group of leaders, everything you did at MMA, you earned it. Nothing was given to you. You had to earn it. Your boldness shocked everybody this year. You went to football. You guys... took second in state in football. You went to track. As a team, you took second. You went to regionals for basketball and swimming. You went to Cyber Patriot Nationals. You flew aircrafts by yourself doing cross-country flights. There is nothing you men cannot do. You are indeed champions. You are indeed thoroughbreds. You have proven that day in and day out here at MMA. You guys are going to do some great things in life. Some of you will be military officers, some accountants, some doctors, some rocket scientists, some cyber experts. Do not let anyone put an obstacle in front of you, because you guys are going to face obstacles, but you know how to overcome them. Unlike your peers who will be going to college for the first time, and they'll be experiencing the things that you experienced in the past 12 months or past 5 years. You men may not have the power to inspire the whole world to reach success like you did here, but you do have the power to achieve your own goals. I challenge each of you to be polite, be compassionate, and to be kind. I encourage each of you to strive to be the best and realize your dreams. It will not be easy, but nothing should stop you. I pray that the class of 2022 will walk out of here today feeling proud of all your accomplishments. And whatever your position in life is later, do not forget the school that nurtured you and helped you who you are today. Give back generously to the school in a meaningful way. Help the younger generation as you've been helped. Thank you. God bless. Good luck. Stay in the attack, men.
This is a poem that was read by Miss Rachel Edwards, mother of Noah Edwards, graduating class of 2021. Colonel Dowling has asked that we adopt this poem reading as a graduation ceremony tradition. Letting Go, written by a mom for all moms. You are about to walk across that stage. My heart swells with pride. I watch my son so happy on this day, and I know life has turned the tide. Am I ready? Is he? Who really holds that key? Life is so full of discoverable, unknowing mystery. What happened to time? I told it to slow, but faster it went. I couldn't stop the show. What a beautiful movie it has been. The trials, the joys. I know it's not the end. What an honor to be your mom, your first love. I'm humbled in so many ways. I prayed many times to the man up above to protect my boy all of his days. I've been given the gift of motherhood to unwrap and watch you grow. Blossom into my beautiful boy, but now you must go. Whether near or far, wherever you may be, my heart will always hold that key. So as I watch you take that step through the door, I have never loved you more. Go, my son, and be who you are meant to be. I let you go with full liberty, knowing not only that you'll succeed, but change lives with your compassion and loyalty. Love always, Mom.
It is my great honor now to announce our Salutarian and Valedictorian. Today we're going to recognize Cadet Colonel David Joseph Stowell, the son of Joseph and Monica Stowell. Young David is from Echo Company. He's been attending MMA for 5 years. He has earned 174 quality points with a GPA of a 4.0 at the end of semester 1. He will be attending the United States Merchant Marine Academy. He has earned a Naval ROTC Marine Option Scholarship. He will study marine transportation. He has accumulated over 236 hours of community service. He is going to receive a distinguished diploma this afternoon. David?
Good morning. My name is David Stowell, and I would like to take this time to thank all the teachers and staff in attendance today. As well, I would like to take this time to thank many of the parents, families, and friends who have traveled from all different areas of the world to see their sons, their nephews, and their grandchildren graduate today. Wow, looking back, I never thought I would see this day come true. Here we are, mere minutes away from walking across the stage and looking back at MMA as cadets for the last time. I would like to take just a few of your moments to reflect on some of the amazing people that got us to this moment here today. Arnold Schwarzenegger once said, "Great men are built on the shoulders of greater men." And I think I speak for the entire senior class when I say, I don't think there's a single senior here who could have made it here alone. As a plank holder, there were many times when MMA had reason to show me the door, but they never gave up on me, and that taught me to never give up on myself. It was that rare trait of compassion from so many people on this campus that led to the success that I've enjoyed here today at our school. Compassion from people like Mr. Martinez. You welcomed a little 8th grader into your room and treated me better than I ever deserved. I had just earned a title among many, many teachers as a reason they would start calling their sick days, but Mr. Martinez, you saw what I could be, not who I was. Thank you for your compassion, sir. Mr. Key, for the last 3 years I've known you, you have taught me more than just American history. You have taught me and every other student who has passed through your classroom how to live a responsible life. Your never-ending care and personal sacrifice to make all of your students' lives better is why I consider you the paragon of selflessness, sir. Your leadership by service is one I can only work to aspire to someday. This country is a better place for the critical thinking abilities you imbue your students. Thank you for your service, sir. Miss Bean and Miss Garcia, to this day, I can't remember a single time your classes weren't planned out to the moment. Every single day, you came in determined to give us the best possible education you could. Your dedication to your classes and to the success of your students is unmatched. Whether we were in school or on your free time, we were willing to assist any student, even if that meant filling out paperwork for colleges and rewriting letters of recommendation I'd wait until the last second to ask for. To the drill instructors at MMA and every Marine here, each of you have been there for us during our development to guide us and keep us on the right path. Every Marine in the military department has selflessly given up their time with their families to help raise us. They are an inspiration to all cadets as they serve their country in the Marine Corps, and now they spend their days setting a stellar example for us at this school. You are how a man should conduct himself with dignity and honor. Thank you for your service, sir. While each and every teacher on this campus has played a pivotal and well-known role in our lives, there's a group of people whose actions are often overlooked. It is the people who come in every day, some for 20 and 30 years, at 4 a.m. to make sure we have a hot meal in the morning. People like Carlos, Johnny, Ray, and Adon. You prepare our meals. And I don't think I can ever forget Miss Lawley. You are a motherly cadet to us and every other senior on this campus, ma'am. Each and every one of the mess hall workers come here day in and day out with a smile because they know their acts of kindness make our lives better. Now, to the junior class and even the younger classes, don't waste your time away. Before you know it, you will be the ones graduating, and that time will come much sooner than either one of you guys can expect. A great American poet, Marshall Mathers, once wrote, "You only get one chance, one opportunity for everything you ever want in life. Will you seize it, or will you let it slip away?" This may be the first of many decisions that shape your future, and it is my hope that you make yourself proud and make the most of every day and continue to bring honor to yourselves and to this academy. To the seniors, each of us can credit who we are in part by the greater men and women in our lives who have guided us. We've been fortunate enough to receive an education at MMA, an opportunity many can only dream of. Because of this, we owe it to our society to go out and make an impact. The world has many complacent people, content with mediocrity and merely watching what goes on. The world needs leaders of character in all occupations of this world to take us into the 22nd century and beyond. Go forth with tenacity, fight for your legacy. We have been given the tools for success, we just need to put them to use. In closing, I will leave you guys with one fact. I may have came to MMA alone, but I'm leaving with more brothers than I could have ever expected. Thank you. It's been an honor to serve as your battalion commander this year.
Now to introduce our valedictorian, Cadet Captain Amalula Akita Phillips. We call him Mr. Phillips. And he's from South Lake, Texas. He's accumulated over 205 quality points with a 3.72 GPA. He'll be attending Texas A&M University next year, where he will study electrical engineering. He's a varsity leader in varsity soccer, cross country, track, and he was the soccer team captain. He has accumulated 90 hours of community service, and he is also going to receive a distinguished diploma today. Mr. Phillips.
My fellow MMA graduates, over the past 2 years for many of us, 3 years for others, 4 years for a few, and 5 years for even fewer, we've all made it to the same finish line today. It took some of us longer than others, but we finally done it. Ms. Garcia, my calculus teacher from last year, has put many of us through some of our hardest times at MMA. The trigonometry, but we made it through, and that is why we're here. Ms. Morton expanded our vocabulary with the incessant vocabulary test every single day, every single week that we had throughout the year, but we made it through. For many of us, Mr. Key was an iconic figure. With his endless stories in class and his witty humor, many of us tested his patience and probably caused a few more of his hairs to fall out. But we made it through. But we can't forget Coach Lucio, always giving us life lessons that he has learned in his life. Will we use any of this information that we have learned ever again? Some of us may, but others, these were just pebbles on the path of our lives. Over the next couple of minutes, I'd like to talk about what we have learned from our sojourn at MMA, as well as the people that we must thank. One of the first lessons you learn at MMA is be quick, be loud, and do what you're told. And although this may not translate exactly to all walks of life, it still translates for many of us here. Not all of us will have a boss at some point in our lives, and we're going to have to do what we're told, or we may lose our jobs. A perfect example of someone not doing what they're told would be when me, Jones, and Elsner had been told not to go to the basketball court during summer camp. And guess what we did? The complete opposite. On the 4th of July, us three were playing on the court, and First Sergeant Barrios happened to roll around on his golf cart and see us. And you can guess what happened next. We all found ourselves doing push-ups on the floor. This is the first and last time I was IPT to MMA, but I guess it must have worked because look where I am now. Another lesson I learned, which is more personal to me, was from Sergeant Major Smythe, and he's one of the best leaders I've had the opportunity to learn from here at MMA. I've really been able to see how he conducted himself every day in the barracks, and when he was the drill instructor of Echo Company. He reinforced the behave the way you want your subordinates to behave. And it really spoke to me because watching him, I could learn how I needed to behave. And I knew that I needed to copy his behavior if I wanted to succeed here. He treated everyone the same way, and he taught me that consistency is key. I'd like to take a moment on behalf of myself and the graduating class to also thank more people who've helped us get us where we are today. I think it'd be fitting to thank Ms. Caballero on behalf of the entire senior class because of how much work, time, and effort that she's put into us. Every day, Ms. Caballero would spend her time helping us to meet our deadlines, answering emails, sending emails, and just guiding us on what we need to do on our path to college. And I'd like to give you a big thank you, ma'am. I'd like to thank Ms. Cervantes for pushing me in AP Chemistry this year and never letting me give up on that class, even when I felt it was impossible, and to thank her for her dedication to my success at MMA. I'd like to thank Ms. Garcia, who forged resilience in me as a student in her AP Calculus class, as I battled derivatives and trigonometric identities. Mr. Bonder supported my love for physics by making his AP classes interesting and always using demonstrations when possible so he could support his scientific theories. All of you made my time at MMA, and I would not be where I am today if not for you, so thank you very much. My fellow cadets, we're now high school graduates. I doubt there'll be much crying, but some of the friends we made here at school are going to be friends for life, and we'll do our best to stay in touch for years to come. Finally, before I finish, I'd like to share with you a little piece of wisdom that I've gotten from my uncle when I was younger. He used to tell me that the only person that can tell you can do something is yourself, and that really helped me strive for the best for my time at MMA. Thank you all.
Now we're coming to the most important part of the graduation ceremony, our guest of honors speech. It's about 48 minutes long, and he's going to really give us some good notes on how we can do things better, right, Mikey? Mikey McGraw is born in Dallas, Texas in 1993. Having always wanting to be a U.S. Marine, Mikey matriculated right here to MMA and joined the Corps Cadets in 2008. Mikey graduated from MMA in 2012 as the battalion commander, captain of the football team and boxing team, where he also earned 2 Golden Glove awards. Mikey was accepted to the Citadel Military College of South Carolina, having earned a Naval ROTC Marine Option Scholarship. At the Citadel, Mikey played rugby for 4 years, studied abroad in North Africa, was the president of the Semper Fidelis Club Society, and held several leadership positions in the Corps Cadets, finishing as the battalion adjutant within the Corps. Mikey graduated, was commissioned a second lieutenant in the United States Marine Corps in 2016, and his first salute was our very own Sergeant Major Ford Kinsley. Upon commissioning, Mikey returned to North Africa to continue studying Arabic and working as a linguist until reporting to the basic school in Quantico, Virginia, where he earned his military occupational specialty, MOS, as a ground intelligence officer, 0203. Mikey served as a collection operations officer, manager, small unmanned aerial surveillance program manager for the 2nd Marine Division in Camp Lejeune, North Carolina, then worked for JSOC, Joint Special Operations Command, as a project officer at Fort Bragg, North Carolina. He's a graduate of the Marine Officer Sniper course, Water Survival Safety course, and Special Operations JSOC course, until he was medically retired from the Marine Corps in June 2019. After medically retiring from the Corps, Mikey began the pursuit of a graduate degree and then accepted a job with a contractor, CACI, working as a U.S. Army Intelligence and Security Command in Charlottesville, Virginia. After 6 months, Mikey accepted a federal job offer, currently working now as the Iraqi Operations Lead. In his free time, Mikey reads, lifts weights, cooks, bow hunts, and we're very honored to have him here today. Mikey.
Morning. Thank you for having me. Colonel Dowling, thank you very much for the gracious, very gracious introduction. I'm just honored to be back here with my MMA family, what I consider to be my home, to speak today, class of 2022. I'm honored to be here and share this with you. Now, yesterday when I was flying in, I was at the airport trying to figure out what to say today, I'll be honest, and so I thought about my commencement speech from the Citadel in 2016, given by General Stanley McChrystal. I don't know if you've heard of him or not. And I remember 2 things from that speech. First, that he was a very, very bad cadet at West Point. So those of you, you know who you are, you still got time because he's a frickin' general. So And second, he told us that you will not remember anything from this speech. That was also true. So, I figure I can start out right. You will not remember a whole lot from this speech or this day. That's how it is. So I figured I'd go back and watch that speech. And he spent 10 minutes talking about how he had no idea what to say. So I figure I'm in good company right now. No, so all jokes aside, this day's for you, gents. Enjoy with your friends, your families. Spend this time together with your brothers, because this is some of the last few moments that you'll have together, which is, that's is a salient moment. From this day forward, it's all on you. Freedom affords you enough rope to hang yourself with. I challenge you not to do that. You're going to taste it, and you might go buck wild. Maintain what you learned here as men. Now, Stowell, Phillips, you're up here talking about lessons that you learned here. And that's the experience you have. Let me give you a taste of the world out there. Something I wish that I knew when I was in your seat 10 years ago is that no one cares about your strengths. Nobody. What matters are your failures and the lessons that you take away from them. Now, let's do a little exercise real quick. Gentlemen, take a minute. Envision where you're going to be 1 year from this day right now. All right? 2 years from this day right now. 5 years. 10 years. Yeah, I see that smirk, Dallas. 10 years from right now. You want the harsh reality? 90% of you, where you think you're going to be next year, 2 years, 5, 10, you will fail. You're wrong. And that's just reality. But you know what? For the 90% of you who won't end up where you think you're going right now, count yourself among the lucky. Because the value is not in the destination, it's in the journey. And those failures are what make you men and how you respond to them. Take today, for instance. Stowell, I was the same way. For 5 years, I thought about this day. This was the destination, gentlemen, and you made it. You know what I think about when I look back on my time at MMA? Graduation was a blur. I think about sitting on Gunnar Harris' couch for pay call with his stupid Patriots cushions while he harassed all the cadets. I think about Gunny Martinez's death runs. I think about cursing in Miss Stryker's class just to do the motivated push-ups. Was it 1, 2, 3, 4, I love Marine Corps, oorah, oorah, that makes one man. And for each letter of that curse word, you had to do one of those motivated push-ups, so obviously we try to do as many push-ups as possible. I think about the creative expletives straight out of the drill field from Master Sergeant Rob Picasso. I remember getting away with things probably shouldn't have gotten away with, and then when we didn't get away with them, staring down Sergeant Major Kinsley, and that still scares the hell out of me. Getting a little stern talking to from Colonel Hill, get it together, buddy. Those are the things that I think about. So don't get me wrong, in this journey, there will be some of the best times of your life. But some of those failures that are inevitable will bring you to your knees. Don't be the man that lets failure define you. How you react to that failure is a stepping stone in where you'll go. As I stand here and bear witness to the ceremony today, I see men prepared for life's most daunting endeavors. I know that because 10 years ago I was in your shoes. And I had no idea what was ahead for me, what was coming. But the men forged at this academy, tempered in the liberating flames of education and fired by the bellows of strict military discipline, are prepared to meet those challenges head on. I know this because sitting in your shoes, I thought I was going to be in the Marine Corps for 20, 30, as long as they'd keep me. That's all I knew, that's all I wanted to do. So when, I'll give you a little history on my story. When I was in 7th grade, before they allowed 7th graders here, I was 12 years old. I went to my parents, sitting here today. I said, you know, I think I need more structure. They say, all right, psycho, you're 12. Why don't you play with some blocks? Then they allowed me to make the decision to come to the Marine Military Academy. So here I showed up in 8th grade, 2007, a sheltered, pudgy, pasty white boy from North Texas. And I had to learn the laws of the jungle real quick. I'll tell you, those laws of the jungle that you learn here, you can't learn in a classroom, gentlemen. And that'll get you out of a lot of bad circumstances down the road. Might be one of the greatest life lessons that you'll ever take out of this place. Now, you know, 5 years later, had my NROTC scholarship to the Citadel. I was ready. I was making it. I was on the way. I showed up there, you know, back at the bottom of the totem pole. Here we go again, right? Oh, wait, before I go on, I've got to tell the story about Sergeant Major Kinsley when I was an 8th grader. Sergeant Major Kinsley standing as he does at the top of Battalion Street. Little 8th grade, 13-year-old Mikey McGraw comes up, stands next to him. You know, sir, I'm going to be battalion commander of this place one day. He goes, the hell away from me, turd. Why don't you focus on surviving today? Had to squeeze that one in there. So, 2012, show up to the Citadel, think here we go again, bottom of the totem pole. And, you know, who are my Citadel boys here? Stone, right? There you go. Yeah, hey, give them hell. Good luck. Show up to the Citadel, meet some of the best friends you'll ever meet. You do things you don't think humans can do, but, you know, put your head down, keep in mind what you learned here, and you'll succeed. And, you know, 4 years later, I'm about to graduate and commission in the Marine Corps. This was it. I was here. I had spent 9 years living in the barracks before I was ever even in the military. I was what you might call institutionalized. You ask me how to work a laundry machine, a washing machine, say, oh, you know, blue bag, white bag, turn it in Tuesday, you get it back Thursday. Next question. Right? Yeah, right? Exactly. So, graduated, commissioned, finally started my journey at the basic school in Quantico, Virginia in 2016. It's a 6-month course where you learn how to be a basic officer. You compete with your peers to get the military occupation specialty, your job that you want to do for the rest of your career potentially. And about 3 months in, I'm starting to feel, you know, a little bit lethargic. I'm not performing academically as I typically know that I should. But, you know, I pushed through. I figured that's just burnout. Everybody's feeling it. And, you know, I've got my lessons and my strength that I learned that I've been preparing for my whole life, pushing me through. You know, my condition continued, and I graduated in the bottom third of my class. But, you know, thankfully still got my choice MOS as a ground intelligence officer, which is the most daunting and longest training pipeline a Marine Corps officer can earn. So it started off at the infantry officer course. It's a 15-month pipeline. Started off the infantry officer course, and I continued to lose weight at the cyclic rate. I couldn't stay awake in class, and the only way I survived was that my field craft was sound. I remember the worst night of my life, one of the worst nights of my life. It was at Fort AP Hill, and if you don't know it, God bless you. If you don't have allergies, then there you will. It was a night, it was raining, it had been raining all week, 0% illumination, meaning even with night vision goggles, you can't see the hand in front of your face. And we're moving all night through the hills, through the mud. And I thought back to a conversation I had with Gunny Garcia at the quartermaster years ago. I was talking to him about different options in the Marine Corps and, you know, what reconnaissance is like and this and that. And he says, look, McGraw, everybody's got a quit button. You just have to hide yours better than everybody else, because you've got it. You tuck it away so you can't even find it sometimes. So that, you know, for 8 hours, I moved in the dark, feeling like shit. Oh, excuse me. Thinking over and over in my mind, I think hard feet, hard mind. Hard feet, hard mind. For 8 hours, hard feet, hard mind. Sometimes you just got to trudge through. And that's what I was doing. Graduated infantry officer course, went to Scout Sniper Unit Leader course, finished through there, went to Advanced Water Survival course. Felt like my lungs were burning inside of me, and that's how you know you're doing it right, I suppose. And then finally, the Ground Intelligence Officers course at Dam Neck, Virginia. It's the last 3 months of your pipeline, and I was, how you might call, emaciated. I weighed 150 pounds. My eyes were sunken into the back of my head, pale skin. Sometimes I could barely form a sentence. So halfway through that course, my buddies at the gym come to me like, look, man, you used to be one of the best of us, physically, academically. Now you're a liability. And there's no worse feeling than knowing that you're a liability to your brothers. So you got to go in. I said, okay. So next day I went to the infirmary. They rushed me to the hospital, and I was in the ICU for 4 days. They told me I had been type 1 diabetic for a year. In the last 4 months, I was constantly in a state of diabetic ketoacidosis, which, if you don't know what that means, it means that your critical organ function has to digest your muscle and fat tissue to stay alive. They said they had never seen anybody walk into the ICU with this history. I said, well, came from a place that they make men, ma'am. So, my entire life, I had only endeavored to be a Marine Corps officer. And 1 month before I finally get there, I get to the fleet, I get my platoon. It's taken away. I'm told, you're not deployable. You can't stay in the Marine Corps. You got to find somewhere else to go. So, laying in that hospital bed, I endeavored to not let that failure define me. Because if you find yourself on the wrong side of pity, you will have a pitiful life. Gentlemen, I tell you this story because, again, no one cares about your strengths, your hopes, your dreams. I don't care if you were the valedictorian of MMA or the King of France. It's your failures that define you and how you react to those failures. Sure, I wanted to go to the Marine Corps my whole life, and I couldn't. But again, you catch yourself on the wrong side of pity, and your life will be pitiful. Now, you and I are cut from the same cloth. We come from the same place, trained and raised by the same people. You are men of action and men of honor. Act accordingly. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, by the authority vested in me by the Southern Association of Colleges and Schools, the Southern Association of Independent Schools, the Board of Trustees, I hereby certify that all requirements for the graduation and diplomas issued today have been met. It's my pleasure to introduce the Marine Military Academy graduating class of 2022.
Omolu Wakiti Lanre Phillips.
Hang on 1 second. Hey, families, come on down and take pictures of your son while he comes down. This is informal. We're a family. Come on down.
David Stillwell. Yasser Azmat. Zachary Bench. Justin Blankenship. Isaiah Kamara. Elijah Campbell. Gage Casper. Jesse Chukawonye. Dylan Davini. Liam Diaz. Stephen Doning Worley. Caleb Downey. Charles Drapella. Stephen Driscoll. John Eichhorst. Kyle Elsner. Liam Elsner. Dalton Faith. Brandon Flowers. Hamza Hamad. Hugo Herrera Valverde. Drake Hirsch. Roman Hugh Miller. Christian Hutto. Mikhail Ikanaga. Aiden Kenny. David Knowlton. Dylan Leo. Hugo Martinez. Patrick Michaela. Jorge Meneses Farah. Junso Nam. Hamza Nwoke. John Place. Siraj Rajesh. Roland Ramirez. Austin Ronaldson. Randall Stone. Elijah Terry. Ethan Tran. Thomas Upright. Sheridan Wong.
Okay, now you bring him.
Hey, well, seniors, we're done. It's been a hell of a year, but we made it. We're all done. We're done with high school. Now it's up to us to decide what we do with our lives. From now on, your parents and teachers, they're not going to tell you what to do. You just tell what you want to do. Seniors, 1, 2, 3,